So, of course, it so happens that when I. Oh my god. Alright, so this younger guy just came in a really old, ratty, like reddish, like maroonish truck from, I don't know, probably the 70s or 80s, you know. A goddamn old truck that a young guy would probably have, right? So, anyway, he came in and he opened up his door as soon as he pulled up, and when I was walking over to him, so I hesitated for a moment because I was like, oh, he maybe wanting to pump it himself, or he just knows that he needs to get out and swipe the card himself, not entirely sure, right? So I kind of wait for him out back behind his truck, and he's walking over and he points over to the bump. He's like, so can you do that for me? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just need you to swipe your card at the very least. And he was like, okay. And he walks over and he walked over to his the door to his gas cap, and he was fumbling with the keys. And I realized at that point he probably had a lock on his gas cap, and so he opened up the door of the gas cap, and he started trying to unlock the gas cap, and this is where it gets funny because he struggled a lot. And the thing is, I never once told him, you know, that he had to open his own gas cap or that he had to do anything. You know, I hadn't told him anything yet other than the card. So, and so he starts fumbling with it, and he's just like, and he just goes, God damn it, I don't know how you fuckers open these things. And I was, internally though, I was just like, you fuckers? Like, are you talking about like just people in general? Or do you mean like gas attendants? Because it's weird if you like are trying to demean being a gas attendant, but at the same time be saying that we know how to do something that you don't, especially something that pertains to your own vehicle. Doesn't look good on you, right? Like, we're by no means mechanics or technicians, you know? But you wouldn't go into the mechanic and then try to do something the mechanic does, and then when you fuck up and can't do it right, you're like, how the fuck did these fuckers do this? Ugh, these people suck, you know? And he didn't say these people suck, but he just, like, the way he said it, and just the way he, like, got angry about it, he's like, I don't know how the fuck to do this, I don't know, this thing's fucking hard as shit, like, I don't know how you fuckers keep doing this shit all the time. And I was just like, dude, that's so weird. And then he was really polite to me after that, so I was like, maybe it wasn't meant in, you know, like, maybe it wasn't, like, mean-spirited, but I don't know, it was still came across wrong in my eyes. But he was nice throughout the rest of the transaction, you know. I just had him swipe his card, and I pumped it, and I asked him if he needed a receipt. He didn't. He had a cute dog. I mean, he was nice when he was leaving. He was like, thanks, you know, you have a good one too, and all that. Like, he seemed pretty genuine about it. So I don't know. Maybe he's a dick. Maybe he's not. Maybe he just doesn't like. Maybe he just really thinks that being a gas attendant is just a really low job. And I mean, it is. But hey, right now, I'm an essential worker. I didn't really ever think that this job would lead me to essential worker status. But hey, I'm here and I'm working during all this shit. So I don't know about him. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm here out here working, getting paid. Alright, so with all this coronavirus stuff going on, I've been wearing gloves, obviously, since I've been at work, whether I'm handling cash or I'm out here at the pumps or whatever I'm doing. And I wear these gloves for the most part, mainly so I can sanitize them, because these I can actually sanitize the front of them. So I sanitize these gloves regularly, so I don't have to wash, so I don't have to wipe down the pumps every single time that I pump gas for someone. So anyway, today a guy came in and he just wanted a regular fill, I think. And so I told him that I was going to need him to come out and swipe his card, because he was like, what, you can't do it with those gloves on? And it was a perfect opportunity for me to explain this to someone, because I haven't yet been able to explain to someone, because most people have just been understanding of the fact that I want them to swipe their own cards, regardless of whether or not I had the gloves on. Anyway, the gloves protect me, yes, because as long as I'm not touching my hands to my mouth, you know, or my nose with these gloves on, especially when they haven't been sanitized, then I should be safe, right? However, you're not thinking about yourself then. Because if you're out here getting gas and you give me your card, you don't know, especially if I haven't sanitized my gloves lately, you don't know if I've sanitized my gloves or if I've ever sanitized my gloves. So, it's interesting to me that he would even want me to still be the one to take his card, because most people are like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense, because then they don't have to hand their card to me and have me hand it back. because then they'll have to sanitize their card. And a problem with sanitizing your card is that it strips it, whether it be the actual strip or whether it be the chip. Either way, it kind of can ruin it if you sanitize your card constantly, and especially depending on the method of sanitization. So I explained that to him, and it was the first person I got to explain it to. Explain the fact that, well, it doesn't protect me, it's to protect you, because you don't know what I've touched, and as soon as I hand the card back to you, you're touching anything that I have touched. So it's only to keep you safe, because you don't have to interact with the keypad or anything if you don't want to. You just need to swipe the card. That's all I tell people. They just have to swipe the card, and that's all they'll have to do. At the very least, swipe the card, please, because I can do the rest. So anyway, he was really upset about that, but he got out anyway, and this has definitely been a frustrating thing because I've been trying to keep my distance, and it's really hard to tell people then what to do sometimes if they're having a difficult time pressing the correct buttons and going through the correct sequence to get the fuel pumped. But this guy was one of those people, and because he also had a fuel rewards card, so I had to try to walk him through fuel rewards, and he just kept trying to run his fuel rewards card without actually pressing the fuel rewards button. So I had to keep telling him that over and over, and after like 2 or 3 times of him trying to run it as the fuel rewards card as his credit card, I pressed the fuel rewards button for him, and I took him there, and I told him to swipe his card, and then I had him turn it over there so he didn't have to do anything else, and then I had him swipe his other card, and he was pissed the whole time. I never once told him he had to pump his own gas, but he angrily picked up the pump and stuck the nozzle into his car and started pumping it, and so I was like, alright, well, if you're doing it yourself, then you're doing it yourself. I'm not going to stop you. It's just weird that you got so butthurt about me even wanting you to swipe your own card, and now you're going to pump your own gas. So, and that happens a lot. Like, even if people are kind of hesitant to swipe their own card or get out of their car or whatever it is, as soon as they have swiped their own card and have gone through the whole process, a lot of people are like, yeah, man, I mean, I got this. It looks easy. I might as well just continue. I've already done the vast majority of the process. Might as well just finish it off now. Like, thanks for helping me out, And so that's what a lot of people do. And so I was especially surprised that this guy was willing to pump his own gas when he didn't even want to swipe his own card. But I don't know, he probably was just like those other people, and then by the time he got there and he had gone through all the sequence and been so pissed off by everything, he probably just wanted to pump his own gas and didn't want to deal with me. And I'm fine with that, but it was just interesting. And of course he spilled some gas. So, kind of makes me wish that I had pumped the gas for him, because I had to clean that up. So in the end, I'm the one that kind of got screwed over, didn't I?